It's not a puff and it's not a flake. It's more than both of those.
The greatest name in cereals.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Serial Trash Talking. You got your man DA and Rob here, and we can't wait to rip into this episode. This is the episode where we bring in the season reviews of our two beloved and favourite teams, the Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots. We better start with you, DA. How are you? You alright?
Well, I think it's another season of mediocrity, to say the least, and I think that's being very kind.
Mediocrity. I think you're a little bit below that, mate.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think, it was unfortunate. I think we showed some promise. I think Drake May, as I've said before, a future Hall of Famer. He is the future of the organization, and I think there's a lot of upside there, and I think there's a lot of positives to come. I think we just started on the wrong foot. You could almost go as far and say I think the sacking of Bill Belichick wasn't the right move.
Yeah,
I know that's that might not be considered a favorite take of everyone. The organization was in decline. Our recruitment wasn't great.
Yeah,
but I don't think Mayo was that person to take us forward. And I think, Robert Kraft admitted that he made a mistake with hiring of Mayo. He didn't want to.
He did, eh?
He
Bloody
did.
Hell.
He didn't want to lose Mayo, but he made the wrong choice rather of getting that done. So I'm excited for seeing Vrabel come in and working his magic. I think
because at least he's had a previous head coaching job at Tennessee, and he's essentially Mayo before Mayo was Mayo, right? So he was was in the dynasty pre-Mayo doing Mayo's job.
He won the first three.
Yeah, he won the first three. Okay.
So I think from a season organizational point of view, we were rubbish. I think
fair.
Like I still cannot wrap my head around. Like this is what happened. Was it Lovie Smith who was the head coach of the the Texans rather, and he won the last game and it cost them the number 1 overall pick?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yes.
We did the same thing. We were a lock for the number 1 pick, and we had so many options. We didn't need to take a quarterback. We could have, taken a step back. Traded that number 1
you
pick.
You get options, eh? When
exactly.
you get the number 1 pick, you get
number
options.
Number 4. So who do we take? And there's not as much, there's not nearly as much capital that's attached to those picks, I think.
Yeah, it's a massive drop. It's it's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
And you already know you're going to miss out on, say, your Travis Hunters, your Shedeur Sanders.
I think Travis Hunter can still be there. Ooh. I think Travis, because, you've got to look, Giants need a quarterback. Who else need a quarterback? The Browns picking up there? No, they're not. But I think, you've got 2 quarterbacks, and then it's a toss-up for number 3.
Yeah, okay.
I just think... So that was dumb. I think the problem with the Patriots is that we've got so many holes. Which finger do you stop to stop the dam from... Which hole do you put your finger in to stop the dam from leaking?
Yeah, because when I want to come in here and I support you on this, right? Because I've been hating on the Patriots for 20 years, as every other fan does. Like we feel like we are with the Chiefs at the moment, where you just get burnt out because you bloody win all the time,
exactly.
And you're in the big games all the time, and you hear Tom Brady, and 50% of his seasons he was in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I just want you to answer the question: why do I want to watch you? Is there one player on your team where I go, Patriots, you know what? I want to tune in. I want to watch them. Because there's rubbish teams that they still have at least somebody that I want to watch. Okay, Micah Parsons for me personally. But is there somebody that's actually worth watching?
That's the problem. There's no star on the team.
Okay.
You've got Drake May. I'd say you've got David Andrews. I'd say our centre, who's
a centre.
Yeah, exactly right. A centre. We don't really have anyone offensively.
What about the running back?
Who?
Stevenson?
Stevenson. I mean, he's quality, but
I think he's good.
He can't hold on to the ball. He fumbles it so much. Like I think.
Do you have a wide receiver?
We have good players.
No. Well,
Jordan
no.
Polk was. You know, these players.
Yeah. Okay.
We've recruited poorly, and it's happened again this season. And you know, you say, "Oh, give it time, give it time."
Yeah.
I mean, Cole Strange is still. How much time are we going to give Cole Strange?
There's,
You know,
there's that part around. Okay, so clearly a franchise that's been in decline. Yep, you won the Super Bowl in what was 20?
It was
You had the
2018.
2019. 2018, you had the Rams
Yeah.
Bowl late because then they moved on. So you've had that. You've steadily declined from there. You've had constant drafts where it feels like you've missed.
Yeah.
You're content with the Drake May, which has come in. Big body, actually played pretty well for what he had.
Yeah.
So there's some positives there. Okay, but we're lacking a star. So ideally, someone like a Travis Hunter, maybe. Hey, we'll see. We'll see in the draft.
But I
review.
think,
we'll see.
uh,
But
see-
you just want somebody, from my point of view, somebody that I want to watch.
but we're screwed out the way though, aren't we?
Yeah,
With the
100%.
draft.
Yeah.
Because I think.
Probably going to take a left tackle or something.
Well, no, because I think the problem that the Patriots have is it's not just someone on the offensive line. Like, it's not a tackle we
Yeah.
need. Like, our defense, which is typically pretty damn good, took a massive step back this year.
Yeah, that's very unlikely,
and
guys.
Mayo was the defensive head coach.
Okay.
Like we need weapons. We need someone who's going to protect our quarterback.
Oh, jeez.
And then we need to tighten up our defense. And our kickers are poor as well. So it's like, okay, great. If we take Travis Hunter with the number 4 pick, if he's still there, well, wonderful. We've got either a great wide receiver or a great defensive back.
God, that's depressing.
I mean, that's gonna solve all our problems.
And so, with the wider picture here, looking into your division, you finished last in the division this year with a 4-13 record.
Yeah.
You've got the Bills, who are flying in a year where they weren't supposed to do well. They still made the AFC Champ game, and you're going to have to deal with Allen for probably 10 years. You have Miami, which is a court case. But they've got Tua if he's healthy, Tyreek Hill maybe. They've still got Daniels, they've got a coach, they've got something you want to watch. And you got the Jets, and who knows what's going on there. So
But I mean, like,
I wouldn't write you off totally, you know what I mean?
I mean, they're an outside chance for a wild card spot.
Yeah.
But I still think it's a number of years away. But I think, and a wild card spot isn't a number of years away. I think the AFC is much stronger than the NFC, personally. But I think the difference, and I think this is the fundamental difference, is that I will still watch the Patriots when we're rubbish.
Fair, you do.
But you will not watch the Panthers. You will not watch, let's say, the Browns when they're rubbish. But maybe that's just me because I'm a Patriots fan. But I think that there's more hope in the Patriots organization to do something special because they've done it before. But I think the more years we go,
get through that,
having not had success, we become more and more like the Browns and more like the Panthers.
I think you're a long way away from that situation,
definitely.
right? So you'd probably be more like Cowboys, would say. Hey, the more you
no,
close,
fair. Actually, it's a great one, 'cause
I don't think you need to sell it that bad because you still have 6 Super Bowl titles.
I think the Cowboys is a great one.
That just came to me actually. That was good, but that's the way it feels, The longer you go down the path that I'm on of like in my football watching career, I've not actually seen anything of value. That's where you are. Okay, DA, you got some final thoughts on that, or you want to close out with a serial thought?
No, I think the one last point I would say is that the Patriots are an organization that's won 6 Super Bowls in the past 25 years, 26 years.
Yeah.
Their history, to be fair, of success is still fairly new. They will be a storied franchise for a long time.
Yeah.
But I think it really is how we go over the next 5 to 10 years that will determine the legacy of that organization. Like, you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, they've had success throughout generations. They've managed to win a Super Bowl in a number of different generations. You look at the Cowboys to a certain extent, who were just good for a period of time, and then they're just a marketing play. Like, I think that...
So got 5.
Still got 5. But when was the last time you made it a Super Bowl?
95.
Yeah. 30 years ago.
Hey, we made it 30 years before you made one. Let that sink in.
I think that,
Thank you.
the Patriots can continue to build. I think they've got they've got a good QB. And what do you need to be successful in this league? There's a good QB and a good head coach. And I think we've got a head coach now who's proven he can deliver with little. Like you look at those years at the Titans, they were the number 1 seed a couple of years in a row when King Henry and Tannehill, But yeah, so my final thought really, rather my serial thought, the thought I want to leave our viewers, our listeners with, is how much rope do you give Mike Vrabel, Vrabel, there.
There you guys go. There's our serial thought.
How much time do you give him before the pressure comes?
Listeners, leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this episode, or if you didn't, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. See you.
Bye.